Hello students, welcome back to my channel. In this video, we are going to learn Standard 8 Geography Lesson 1 Rocks and Soil. Let's get into the video. Let's see the objectives. To understand the nature of rocks, their types and uses. To learn to identify different types of rocks. To study about the nature of soil and its composition. To understand the importance of soil conservation. Now, synopsis, introduction, rocks, classification of rocks, uses of rocks, soil and its formation, soil composition, classification of soil, soil erosion and conservation, uses of soil. Introduction, the earth has 4 layers: lithosphere, atmosphere, hydrosphere and biosphere, which you have studied in your lower classes. Lithosphere is the uppermost layer of the earth. It is also called as sphere of rock. The study of rock is called petrology. Soil is a mixture of organic matter, minerals, gases, liquids and organisms that together supports life. It is the skin of the earth. Soil is a loose material. Rocks. Earth crust is made up of rocks. Rock crust is the uppermost layer of the earth. The rocks are solid mineral material. Rocks is found in the solid state. There are 2000 different types of minerals found on the earth's surface, out of which only 12 are basic minerals commonly found all over the earth. Minerals are chemical substances which exist in nature. They may occur either in the form of elements or compounds. Rocks have been used by humans from early tools to construction material till today. Classification of rocks. An aggregate of minerals on earth crust is called rock. It may be hard and compact like granite, or soft as clay, or loose as sand. Mahabalipuram in Tamil Nadu is an example of rock cut architecture. According to the mode of formation, the rocks are classified into 3 types as follows. They are igneous, sedimentary and metamorphic rocks. First one, igneous rocks. They are hard in nature. These are impermeable. They do not contain fossil. They are associated with the volcanic activities. These rocks are useful for construction works. Next is the sedimentary rock. They have many layers. They are non-crystalline rocks. They contain fossil. They are soft and get eroded easily. Metamorphic rocks are mostly crystalline in nature. They consist of alternate bands of light and dark minerals. Based on the origin, formation, fossil availability, types and example, the rocks are classified into igneous, sedimentary and metamorphic. Igneous meaning and its origin. Igneous means fire. It is derived from Latin word igneus. Sedimentary means settling down. It is derived from Latin word sedimentum. Metamorphic, meta change, morpho shape, derived from the Greek word from metamorphic. Formation. Igneous are formed by the solidification of molten magma. This molten magma nothing but molten rock. When it comes out from the volcanic explosion, the magma cools down and forms the rock. Mostly these rocks are associated with the volcanic activities. Sedimentary rocks are formed by the sediments dried and deposited to high temperature and pressure. Metamorphic rocks are formed when igneous and sedimentary rocks are subjected to high temperature and pressure. Fossil availability. They do not contain fossil. Sedimentary contain fossil. Metamorphic do not contain fossil. Types. Igneous are further classified into intrusive and extrusive. Sedimentary are further classified into organic, inorganic and chemical. Metamorphic is thermal and dynamic. Example for igneous is granite and basalt. Sedimentary, limestone, chalk. Metamorphic, quartz and marble. Now, types of igneous rocks. Igneous rocks are further classified into extrusive rock and intrusive rocks. Extrusive rocks, these rocks are fine grained and glassy in nature. These rocks are formed from the molten magma. After reaching the Earth's surface, the molten magma gets solidified. Intrusive igneous rocks. When the molten magma sometimes cools down deep inside the earth crust and becomes solid, called intrusive rocks. They are also called as the crystalline rocks. These intrusive rocks are of two types. The deep-seated rocks are called plutonic rocks, and the one formed at the shallow depth are called hypocele rock, that is granite. Types of sedimentary rock: organic, inorganic and chemical. Organic sedimentary rocks are formed due to decomposition of dead plants and animals. It contains fossil. Example: chalk. Inorganic sedimentary rocks. These rocks are formed from disintegration of igneous rocks. The natural agent eroded and transported these rocks and deposited them at some places. After a long period of time, they cemented to form rocks. Sandstone are the example of this type. Chemical sedimentary rock. These are formed by precipitating of minerals from water. It is formed when usually through evaporation of chemical rich solution. These rocks are also called evaporites. Rock salt is an example of this kind. Metamorphic rock. There are two types: thermal metamorphic and dynamic metamorphic. If the change in the rocks is mainly caused by the high temperature, it is called thermal metamorphic. If the change in the rocks is mainly caused high pressure, it is called dynamic metamorphic rock. Next is the rock cycle. Igneous rocks are considered as a primary rock formed first on the earth. They are weathered, eroded, transported and deposited at some place to form sedimentary rocks. Both together change into metamorphic rocks under the influence of high temperature and pressure. Metamorphic rock also disintegrated to sedimentary rocks. Formation of igneous rocks takes place where there is an outflow of molten materials. Rocks on the earth crust change from one form to another form under various forces and agents. This is called rock cycle. We have a picture to better understanding. Igneous rocks is a parent rock. When it's exposed to heat, pressure, it gets melted. Forms a magma. When magma cools down, again it forms the igneous rocks. When igneous rocks are exposed to weathering and erosion, it forms the sediment. Sediment consists of bits of rocks and soil. These sediments undergoes compacting and cementing process to form the sedimentary rock. When the sedimentary rocks exposed to heat and pressure, it changes into metamorphic rock. This metamorphic rock gets heated, change into magma and cooled down, form the igneous rocks. When the igneous rocks on the other side exposed to heat and pressure, it forms a metamorphic rock. When the metamorphic rock eroded, weathered and forms the sediment, again the sediment undergoes compacting and cementing process to form the sedimentary rocks. The sedimentary rocks, when exposed to weathering and erosion, again is form the sediment. Like this cycle goes on endless. This process is referred as a rock cycle. Uses of rocks. Rocks have been used by mankind throughout the history. Rocks are highly valuable and important to almost all aspects of our country. The minerals and metals in rock have been found essential to human civilization. Rocks are used for many purposes. Rocks are useful for making cement, writing chalk, building material, bath scrub, stone, ornament, that is the decorative things, roofing material, other valuable sources like gold, diamond, etc. Soil. The five natural elements are earth, air, water, fire and wind. Among this, land is the most important part of the earth. World is surrounded by water, 78%. The remaining part is land. Land is very useful for cultivation. Soil is the mixture of organic matter, mineral, gases, liquids and organisms that together supports life. They are produced from rocks through the process of weathering and natural erosion. Rocks are broken down by water, wind, temperature change, gravity, chemical interaction, living organism and pressure difference and further into fine particles. Due to this mineral which is locked in rock fragments get released. These minerals contain humus content which help the soil to get matured gradually, in turn help to develop vegetative cover on the soil without any human intervention. It takes around millions of years to form soil. Soil composition. The basic component of soil are minerals, organic matter, water and air. The composition of soil varies from place to place and time to time. Here picture is shown clearly. 25% of air, 25% of water and mineral particles is 45%. Organic matter is only 5%. In that organism 10%, roots 10%, humus 80%. Soil profile is defined as a vertical section of soil from ground surface and extend towards downwards. Based on the formation, characteristics, location and nature of the soil, soils are classified into 6 types. They are alluvial soil, black soil, red soil, laterite soil, mountain soil and desert soil. For alluvial soils are formed by the deposition of silt by the running water. Black soils are formed by weathering of igneous rocks. Red soils are formed by the weathering of metamorphic rock or crystalline rock. Lateral soils formed by the process of leaching, that is the washing of the chemicals from the soil. Mountain soil formed from the igneous rocks. Desert soils is a dry and sandy soil. Characteristic: alluvial soil is most productive of all soils. Black soil is clay in nature. Red soil is presence of iron oxide makes this soil brown or red in color. Laterite soil are typical soil of tropical region. Mountain soil is in this region are thin and acidic in nature. Desert soil is porous and saline. Location: alluvial soil is found in the regions of river valley, floodplains and coastal regions. Black soil is retentive of moistures. Red soil is usually found in the semi-arid regions. Lateral soil is found in the regions which experience alternative wet and dry condition. Mountain soil is found on the slopes of mountains. The soil differ from region to region based on the altitude. Desert soil is found hot and desert region. Next is the nature of soil. It is a fertile soil. Black soil is fertile soil. Red soil is not a fertile soil. Laterite soil is infertile soil. Mountain is a fertile soil. Desert soil is infertile. The crops grown in the soils are alluvial soil, sugarcane, jute, rice, wheat and other crops grown in the alluvial soil. Cotton is famous for black soil. Red soil, millet. In lateral soil, tea and coffee are grown. In mountain soil, tea and coffee and other food crops. Red soil is not so successful. It is not suitable for agriculture. The layer of the soil: organic layer, topsoil, subsoil, parent soil and bedrock. Layers are otherwise called as a horizon. For better understanding, we will have a detail in down. O horizon or humus. This layer is dominated by organic material like leaves, needles, twig, moss and lichens. A horizon or topsoil. It is a part of topsoil composed of organic matter mixed with mineral matter. E horizon or elevator layer. E stands for elevator layer. This layer is significantly leached by clay, iron and aluminum oxide, which leaves the concentration of ore. B horizon or subsoil. This layer reflects the chemical or physical alternation of parent material. Thus, iron, clay, aluminum and organic compounds are found accumulated in this horizon. C horizon or parent rock. Partially weathered parent material accumulates in this layer. Or horizon parent rock. This layer consists of unweathered part of bedrock. Soil erosion and conservation. First, soil erosion. It is the removal or destruction of top layer of soil by natural forces and human activities. Sheet erosion, rill erosion, and gilly erosion are major types. It reduces the fertility of the soil, which reduce the agriculture productivity. In this picture I have shown soil erosion. Here roots, the plants are uprooted, that affects our environment. Soil conservation. Soil conservation is a process of protecting the soil to maintain its fertility. There are different methods of soil conservation. That is afforestation, growing the trees, control grazing. We have to control our animal to grass in a limited extent. Construction of dam. When we construct the dam, the soils when come in water, it will stop in certain extent. Crop rotation. We have to rotate the crops. We have to cultivate first rice, then other cereals, then again we have to come to the rice, so that we can maintain the fertility. Then strip farming. Strip farming is a method of farming which involves cultivating a field partition into long narrow strip which alternate in a crop rotation. It is used when a slope is too steep or when there is not alternative method of preventing soil erosion. Counter farming or ploughing is a counter farming captured twice the soil moisture and reduce soil erosion up to 8-fold. Terrace farming. This farming is mostly followed in the hill station. So once the soil is eroded in one step, means it will controlled in the other step. Uses of soil. It enhances and nourishes the crops. Used in making ceramics and pottery. Used as a source for construction and handicraft work. It acts as a natural filter and purifies water. It supports ecosystem and play an important role in land management. It is a process of managing the use of land and development of land resources. Thank you. I will conclude this lesson. I will meet you again with a new lesson. If you have any doubts or query, kindly comment below.